External hard drives. This is probably the most confusing concept to understand as it involves file management and doing backups. To avoid data loss and loss of valuable time, which can result in lack of sleep, you should have 2 backup drives and 1 system image drive. So here in my example, I have these 2 as my backup drive, and this is my system restore image drive. So there's an old saying in IT that we always tell end users who lose data, and that is, if it is important, you should have it backed up in 2 places. So this is why we recommend 2 external backup drives. So on this internal system configuration here, recall that this bottom drive here was drive 0, so this is our operating system drive, and this top drive is our data drive. So as we're working on projects, our projects are going to be located on this data drive, and every week we're going to want to back this up. And when I back up the contents of this drive, what I do is I just copy and paste this data that's on this drive onto these 2 drives right here. And I do this because in case this drive dies, like say that I'm in the middle of backing it up from here to here, we get a huge power surge in Seton which kills my hard drive, kills this drive and kills this drive, I still have this other drive that has my data. So each time I'm done with backups, I tend to completely unplug everything so it doesn't take a surge. So this is why we have 2 drives. If you can't afford to purchase 2 drives, you can use cloud storage like Google Docs or something to put your data onto instead of an actual physical external drive. And sometimes it's better that way because let's just say, for example, you had all of this set up in Studio and a thief comes by and just walks off with all of your hardware. Well, you've pretty much lost everything, so you want to make sure that your second backup drive is in a different physical location, like maybe you take it home or you lock it somewhere so that in case something happens to this machine and this drive, maybe the ceiling leaks water or something and damages things, you don't completely lose everything. So this bottom drive is our C drive, and our C drive, this is where we would create an image of what is on the C drive onto this drive here. So basically it's called a restore image. So let's just say that for whatever reason the C drive dies, it has to go back to Dell, they ship us a new one. Instead of having to reinstall all of our applications and go through this long lengthy network setup again, we can just restore all the work that we have done from here back into here. So we would do what's called a restore process. This is also useful if your computer gets ate up by a virus. You would go through and just format this disk, wipe everything out, and then restore the contents from this, because we know this is still good and working, because we probably created this restore image after we completed the network setup. So we just restore this restore image back onto this drive, and then we have all of our data back. So we don't have to spend 2 or 3 days reinstalling all of our software and configuring everything, which can take a pretty long time. So more about how to do backups and about backup drives and system restores and how to do all that stuff, I'll talk about that a little bit later. So for now I just want to focus just on the hardware aspects of an external hard drive.